What is up, guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. At the time I'm starting to record this, it's about 3 p.m. local time and the Sinnoh Cup has just went live. So we are going to get into some viewer battles that I did in preparation for Sinnoh Cup, so you can see some teams you could potentially use. And we're also going to be going through and analyzing the rankings with the Sinnoh Cup. So we're going to break down these rankings for a few minutes, just kind of get some ideas, and then I'll go straight into some viewer battles that I did that are really entertaining. There's some really funny ones in there, and we'll get the best of both worlds this video. Some analysis here, and then also some battles with some fun shoutcasting. So here we go, Sinnoh Cup. If you're unfamiliar with how to get here, you just go to pvpoke.com, you click on the rankings right here, and then you can do this little drop down and go to Sinnoh Cup, and you see Lucario in the Great League is actually the #1 ranked Pokemon, believe it or not, for Sinnoh Cup. And it has a score of 94.5 out of 100. If we click on Lucario, it's going to see some key wins. It beats Bastion really hard. Abomasnow going to resist everything. Just going to counter through Magnezone, counter through Empoleon, and it actually beats Cresselia. But this is what you have to take in consideration in some of these matchups. They can be bait dependent, because like a fighter beating a psychic type, that seems a little questionable. So if we look at the matchup, you can look at it here, doing a bunch of counters, and you shield a Grass Knot. You bait with a Power-Up Punch. If you bait with a Power-Up Punch and then land the Shadow Ball, you win because you can tank a Grass Knot. But if we change this sim, so let's say we don't bait here, we just go straight Shadow Ball, then Lucario loses pretty soundly, right? And it also has Crest baiting with a Grass Knot, so let's say Crest doesn't bait either. Lucario's going to get off a Shadow Ball. It's going to get shielded, but Crest can go straight Moonblast. And the Moonblast does 64%. The Shadow Ball does about 60%. So it's a bait-dependent matchup. So Lucario can win this matchup against Crest. But personally, if you're the Crest and you just don't shield the Shadow Ball, like if we just put this in the Zero Shield, for example, in the Zero Shield, Lucario still loses because Crest can absorb the Shadow Ball, but Lucario can't really absorb the Moonblast plus the Psycho Cuts. Actually, it can, right? Oh, okay. So Crest throws the Grass Knot when the Lucario has 1 HP, if I'm reading that correctly. So it can almost farm all the way down. Has to throw the Grass Knot. If you sneak in 1 Psycho Cut, you probably take it out. So there's a matchup for you. Lucario, really strong against the overall meta. We see Bastion, of course, going to be really strong. We know against the Fairies, the Ice, the Flyers. Pachirisu, if you have an XL Pachirisu, could be a good time to bring out the Spice Pick. Beats Toxicroak, beats Drifblim and Empoleon, beats Lucario, which is big, because you're going to be seeing quite a few Lucarios, most likely, and then Frostlass. Gastrodon is a funny one, and that's next on the list. Gastrodon is actually going to be really strong in this cup because, like, look at the top 3. Look at the top 3. Gastrodon beats Lucario with that Mud Slap damage, beats Bastion, and definitely beats Pachirisu. I think it only takes 3 Mud Slaps. Let's look at this. It only takes 3 Mud Slaps? 4 Mud Slaps. Oh, 5 Mud Slaps. Wow. I guess normal Magnezone is tanky. Is that right? 21 damage. No, that should only be 4 Mud Slaps. What is this? What is this shenanigans? Oh no, I'm wrong. Math. Math is hard. No, that's right. 5. If it's a Shadow Magnezone, only 4 Mud Slaps. Each Mud Slap does 25%, so that's the dream scenario. Get your Gastrodon lined up against a Shadow Magnezone. We see some other common picks. Shadow Abomasnow is always really good in PvP. Frostlass, Drapion, the Shadow's actually ranked higher. Normally, I think in Open Great League, the normal is ranked higher. So interesting that the Shadow's ranked higher here. Toxicroak ranked high, Munchlax, Cress, Drifblim, a lot of these like normal, poison, psychic ghosts. And Polion, I think, is going to be a really nice core breaker. Really, it shows the score pretty low against Frostlass, but like I consider it a pretty dominant matchup against Frostlass because in the 2 shield, it's just so dominant, right? Like if we make this the 2 shield, and this has Frostlass baiting you twice and then landing an avalanche. Like if we say, if they don't bait, look how dominant this score is. Like, because you just get 1 shield and can pretty much waterfall all the way down, come out with a bunch of energy. So, and Empoleon, going to be a great Frostlass counter, going to be a great Bastiodon counter. And Empoleon is going to allow for some great ABB teams, I think. So, I had one team idea already, featuring like 3 of my favorite Pokemon. Empoleon, Tox, and Drifblim. Let's see how these look. What's our score is going to be? A. D for bulk. So a little bit of a glassy team. C for safety. Biggest threat's going to be Pachirisu. Yeah, that makes sense. Double weak to electric. So all these electric types are the biggest threats. And then Dusknoir. I don't think I'm going to be seeing too many Dusknoir, so I'm not too concerned about that. And an opposing Drifblim would also be a little bit tough because we only have like neutral answers. We don't really have a hard answer. And then Frostlass also not too concerned about because Frostlass, like, Empoleon is pretty dominant against it. And Drifblim, if you like bait, can actually hold your own. Gastro would be tough. So I am noticing some core breakers here. How does the Empoleon Gastrodon matchup look? Can Empoleon at least hold its own? Pretty dominant. It looks like Empoleon doesn't even get to a second Hydro Cannon, so pretty dominant matchup for Gastro. So yeah, it was a good thought, Empoleon, Tox, Drifblim. Let's see what potential alternatives it recommends. Bastiodon, Munchlax, Pachirisu, Abomasnow. Those all make sense. I don't have a Bastiodon, but let's see if we plug a Munch. Where would we plug in Munch? Maybe for Emp. Then we're kind of weak to Frost. What if we plug in Munch for Drifblim? Toxicroak as like the lead. Looks like we're a little bit better. Now we only have 1 Pokemon that beats all 3. But if we can lure it out with Munch, or like lure it out with Emp rather, I guess. Yeah, Gastrodon still kind of gives us fits. Potential alternatives. Drifblim, that's funny. So this kind of just shows you no team's going to be like perfect and cover absolutely everything. But these are 3 good core picks that you could potentially use. Let's try and just come up with one more random team off the top of our heads. Lucario, number 1 pick. So let's put Lucario in there. And then we can look at like what's Lucario's biggest weaknesses. Drifblim, Tox, Gastro. So what's something that can beat Drifblim, Tox, and Gastro? Probably Frostlass, right? Frostlass. And then we can do a rating of these 2 Pokemon. It's already an A ranking, but we need some bulk in here. And we're weak to these. So what's our best alternative? Munchlax. So let's see how it looks if we plug Munchlax in there. Wow, we have an answer for absolutely everything. So there's no Pokemon that beats our entire team. We have at least 1 counter for everything, which is really nice. It also recommended Bastiodon. So let's see how Bastiodon looks in there. I personally am not going to use Bastiodon, but look at that. That is a high-ranking team. Gallade, Monferno would be core breakers, but you're probably not going to see too many Monfernos. Might see a few Gallades here and there. And yeah, just a couple of team ideas for you. Quickly scan over what are some spice picks. Electivire, Luxray with the new Community Day move, Psychic Fangs, Infernape, Close Combat Blast Burn, Bonsly, we've done Bonsly videos before, Honchkrow, Exceltrafluid, Magmortar, Shadow Magmortar, so you can kind of go down here to find some good spice picks. Bibarel, fan favorite, Mamoswine. Spoiler alert, might see some Mamoswine action in just a second. And with that said, I think we are going to go over here into the battling portion of the video. So I have got, oops, let's put that over there. And yeah, I did some viewer battles on stream last night in preparation for Sinnoh Cup, and we're going to be going over them right now. So this battle here is against Ashish. I'm rocking Drifloon in the lead against the Empoleon. Drifloon and Empoleon get to their move at the same time in terms of Shadow Ball, I should say, and Hydro Cannon. I go for the Shadow Ball. I try and catch the second one. Unfortunately, Ashish doesn't fall for it. Or maybe he got a refund. We don't know. And then gonna at least get a shield here most likely against the Tox. And here, I'm in a pretty bad spot, right? So I try and pull off some shenanigans, but he doesn't fall for it again. I tried to get him to blind Sludge Bomb the Drifloon. But at this point, I'm just like, oh man, this is bad. So we're just going to sack our Tox. Going to try and farm down. He gets to another move. I'm just banking that this is a Mud Bomb. And I know he's going to try and combo play me here. So I actually blind Shadow Ball. And there's a Gallade. Look at that. There's a Gallade. And I get off a Shadow Ball here against Emp after one-shotting the Gallade. And it's like, oh my gosh, do we have a chance? Unfortunately, no. One counter takes us out before the Hex registers. So a good game there to Ashish. He also had a Hydro Cannon loaded on the Emp, so he made that look a little bit closer than it actually was. He could have just thrown the Hydro Cannon. But we got the rematch against Ashish. And some mind games. We're going with the same exact team. And look at this. Probo comes in. We got a very hard counter. Very hard counter. The reason I didn't go Emp is because Probo does have access to Thunderbolt. So I didn't want to have to expend a shield. In comes the Cresselia. And he's probably wondering why the heck I would Mud Bomb bait and not Sludge Bomb. It's because I'm running this. It's because I'm running Dynamic Punch. And Dynamic Punch, even though it's resisted, does more raw damage. So that's why I go for it the second time. I'm going to shield here to try and preserve some health on Drift Money. In comes Basti. And that's all she wrote, folks. Triple hard countered. They say that's the definition of insanity, right? When you try something, it doesn't work, and you keep trying the same thing. Well, we tried the same team, and it worked this time. So maybe that's not a good definition of insanity. And now we just farm all the way down. Ashish doesn't bother throwing his move. Going for the Hydro Cannon here. Gets the shield. Another Hydro coming through. Gets the second shield. And then we troll a little bit here. Really no reason to switch, but we call the Grass Knot. Let's go. And now we're just prolonging Ashish's demise. Prolonging the battle. No shield. Take the Grass Knot on the chin. Could have just done one Hex, but just having some fun with Ashish. Ashish is a terrific battler, by the way. Really high-level battler. Has probably hit Legend for, I don't know, every season for a while now, and also very highly ranked in Gym Breakers, and has started doing Sylph as well. Here we are going with the most toxic team imaginable. A triple fast move team. In comes Gastrodon. We've got the Razor Leafer. Let's go. Get out of here, Gastrodon. Grottle's not having it. Grottle had a bad day at work. Just going to save shields. Let Grottle go down. Come in with our skunk. Our bite skunk. Crunch coming through. Draws a shield. Gets the defense drop as well. I am going to shield this in case I need it for the back Pokemon. And they Energy Ball me. I don't know why. Weather Ball definitely would have KO'd. And look at this. The disrespect. Mamoswine. Just going to go to town. Against Mudslap Mamoswine. Going to town. Mudslap Shadow. Single moved Mamoswine. Gets the job done. GG's to North Star. Now we've got Ricardo. Okay. Tough lead here. We're going with our Sunny Cherim. And if you look at my back line, this Gliscor gives our team a lot of fits. I'm going to try and call that it's a Night Slash and not like an Aerial Ace or something. I get the denial here. Really hoping for a shield. I get the shield, and now I'm just going to commit to get this off. Either I take it out, or I get both shields. And boom! Get hyper beamed. Let's go, Cherim. A cuddly little Prinplup makes an appearance. We throw our Wild Charge. He's already down a shield, so I figure he might be a little inclined to let it go. He does let it go. In comes Babarrel. Shadow Babarrel. And unfortunately, it's just not going to have the strength or the stamina to take out two Pokemon down a shield. Shadow Babarrel's interesting, though. I wonder if it does better against things like Frostlass, because it can probably still tank an Avalanche, and the Surf plus the Water Guns might take out Frost before two Avalanches. So that's actually interesting. I bet Shadow Babarrel might be a little bit better than normal Babarrel. And then we are going to shield the Surf. Rather than flexing both shields, we're going to flex the Win instead. And we take out Mr. Bibbs. New game here. Shadow Obama versus Drapion. Not good. We swap into our own Drapion. And they're not switching, which is a good sign for us. We get crunched here. Okay. Going for this Aqua Tail straight away. Another move coming through. I know I can tank a move from this range. It's an Aqua Tail. I get off my move. Will they shield or will they give up switch? They're going to give up switch. And they're going to farm me down with Emp. But check this out. We have a secret weapon. Razor Leaf. Obama Snow. Razor Leaf Obama. Gonna shield this Drill Peck. We're feeling good. We're feeling good. We farm all the way down. Oh no! It's a Lucario. What we could not afford to see. We get a shield. But at this point, double resisted Rocket Throw is doing absolutely nothing. I get pupped. I don't really bother shielding because this game is over. And it was looking good for a bit. But the Lucario in back, that's a lesson for you. Bring an answer to Lucario in the Sinnoh Cup. You need to have a Lucario answer on your team. Now we're going up against Jamie from Palette, a fellow content creator. Feel free to go check out his channel. Okay, we're going to try and tank this Body Slam, even though Rose is squishy. I throw the Leaf Storm. He catches it on Glide, but this is going to hit for neutral. Boom! Still takes out a huge chunk. And we're actually able to jab down. This way I don't have to give up switch. and I give minimal farm to whatever comes in. And now we're going for the rock throw down. Gonna shield this, expecting a bulldoze. I kind of lost track of energy. I forgot if he had like residual energy from before, so I throw here. I don't think he would have got to a bulldoze, but I could be wrong. He shields, so now I'm thinking, okay, maybe he was gonna get to a bulldoze. And there's a Cress in back. Cresselia with confusion, by the way. Very interesting. Makes it a little bit better for us because it's not going to get to these moves as quickly. And I'm just content staying in here with Probo because it's so tanky. It's like a budget Bastiodon, I guess. A little less tanky than Bastiodon, but still pretty bulky. I think it's got similar bulkiness to like Hypno. Come in here with Gly. Going to shield this move because anything Crest throws here will do more than a body slam from Munch. I think a Grass Knot would do more than a body slam. Could be wrong about that since one is stab and one's not. Take it out. Double up here on Night Slash. And this way, even if the Crest gets to a move here, we still had one to win CMP. GG's to Jamie from Pally. That Leaf Storm was pretty brutal to come back from. I think he was probably trying to catch a Grass Knot or maybe a Weather Ball. But nah. Now we're going against Shilonia, I believe. And look at this. This was not a good match. Hard countered with a Garchomp in the lead. Hard countered with a Drapion on the swap. And we get denied. Very brutal. Another move coming in. I decide... You could argue I should have at least tried to fight for Switch as my only chance, but I thought maybe a Spark down here would be okay. I decide to actually Mirror Shot instead of having to burn a shield. He swaps Gar. And literally like the 3 hardest possible counters you could run into. Going to shield this. It's a payback. I bait here because literally all he has to do is shield this and he wins the game. But he doesn't shield. He doesn't shield. If he had let that go, he would have, I think, let me steal away a win. Because the Garchomp wasn't really going to be able to Mudshot down. I catch a move. And it's a Bulldoze. And that's game over. 3 hardest possible counters from Shilonia, another fellow content creator, popular streamer. So this time, I hid my screen because I was skeptical and I asked for a rematch. Another bad lead. We swapped Drape this time. And I know this is quick, so it can't be like an Earthquake. It's a Sand Tomb. They're rocking Sand Tomb. Going for a Crunch here. A little bit of an overfarm. I figure 2 crunches probably KOs a Gliscor in Great League. Going for another Crunch here, expecting maybe a shield. I get a shield, so I'm happy about that. Get shield advantage. And at this point, I'm content with shield advantage, so I'm just going to let this go. But he actually undercharges a little too much, and it allows me to get to another Crunch. So is he willing to burn both shields here? He is. And now I can just Waterfall down, and there's no way he'll get to an Earthquake here before 3 Waterfalls, so I'm willing to just take a Sand Tomb. Waterfall down. What's going to come in? It's Cress. I decided to try and catch, because whatever's in back I want to know. I want to be able to lure it out. And it's a Magnezone. And normally this would be pretty bad. especially if like we were even shields, but because I'm up 2 shields, I'm in a pretty comfortable spot. I land the Bug Buzz, and I'm wondering where I should expend my shields, and I decided, you know what, I'm just going to double shield Worm if I need to, because Worm actually has an even more dominant matchup against Cress than Empoleon. We land the Bug Buzz, and there we go. Shilonia got us with a very dominant hard counter, win the first game, we win the rematch. And that's like in basketball, right? You always want to end on a made shot. You always want to try and end your day on a win. And we get that. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. Maybe gave you some ideas of different spice Pokemon to try out for the Sinnoh Cup. And some different things you can look at. Lucario looks so strong. Empoleon looks like a really nice core breaker. Gliscor we saw is really interesting as well. So lots of different picks to choose from. I'm interested to see what everybody's running and playing some matches of my own today later on stream. So all that said, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed this content, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. I'd very much appreciate it. Comment down below. All comments help the YouTube algorithm. And all that said, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.